Hey everybody, Malwave here, and I'm here with another Transformers video review. I know it's been a while. I've been attempting to get my reviews, my TFCon 2011 reviews up and running, but yeah, let's just say I haven't been exactly having a good time with it, as one could say. Having a lot of issues with YouTube, things haven't been going well. Yeah. So I've decided to do a video review to basically pad out the timing. Hooray! So today, since the TFCon videos are delayed, I'll do something similar. Now at TFCon 2011, I've managed to secure a lot of toys. Star Saber, Masterpiece Rodimus, Transformers Collectors Club Cheetor, all of those. However, out of all of them, there was one toy that I am incredibly happy that I managed to get. And I'm going to review it for you all today. So ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the video review of Transformers Generation 1 Shockwave. And I'm going to move the camera back because this bad boy is incredibly big.
Ha ha ha! Not to scale.
But yes, as you can tell, this is Shockwave in his gun mode, and as you can definitely tell that it's big. This thing is absolutely huge. Little features on the gun: it's got a flip-up scope. It's got lights and sounds. You have a little switch back here. So this one, you have the light gimmick here, up here. And you have a speaker in the back here. Sorry for the ear rape, guys. And then you flip the switch here. This is one I prefer. Try to keep the speaker away from the camera. This is 80s cheese at its greatest. Nothing says laser gun like that's not a laser gun. And you also have the optional siren mode. Yay! Not really much else I can say about the gun mode. I mean, yes, granted, I know the feet are not transformed correctly. This is what it should look like, but I don't want to be holding it the whole time. So, little hint, when you have a G1 Shockwave and you just want to display him in gun mode, just flip out his feet. And he'll stand like that. Actually, it's a cartoon accurate mode. I should actually show that clip. I think I'll show that clip. Now, the only real thing that I don't like about the vehicle mode here, is this part. Basically, you have the gun. Whoa! Shockwave wants to transform. Quit keeping me in gun mode. Would you hurry up and get to the robot mode? I'm getting cramped in here. Shockwave has his removable barrel. And, you know, G1 toys, they're all about the removable parts, you know, parts forming. And that's all fine and dandy, except this piece right here is incredibly hard to find. Of course, I found, if you watch my videos, you will notice that I found one in a bag for $5, so, hypocrite! Oh my god, I can see myself on the TV! Hi! So I'm not going to dock Shockwave very many points for the removable barrel. Otherwise, you know, he's a good gun mode, a very good gun mode actually. And you have to thank Toyco for that design. So for Shockwave's vehicle mode, I'm going to give him a 20 out of 25. As I said, I don't want to dock him too many points. At the same time, there isn't really much here. You know, oh, it's a laser gun. But that's where the simplicity ends. It's now time for the robot mode. Alright, now the first thing you're gonna do is I think I should play that stripper music. I should get Techno to give me that stripper music that it's a long story, I'll explain it in a sec. You want to take the barrel off, and I would hold your hand here just to keep these from springing out. Set that aside. want to take the backpack. You want to take the backpack? You want to take the backpack and it'll unhinge. So just, I'm going to be very gentle here. So just kind of wiggle and then it'll come off here. This will rotate up. Shockwave's arms obviously split at the top. You want to make sure this hook comes off last. It's on the blaster side, so unhook this piece first. Pull it down, rotate it, pull it up. Take the other arm, pull it down, pull it up. Shockwave's head will... This one's spring is a little tight. It'll pop up, fold up the ears, take the legs, extend them, drop them, and then slide them over. And there you have Generation 1 Shockwave in robot mode. And before any of you do anything, this is one part I'm just going to introduce something. Okay, this is a standard Gundam stand. Now, the reason I have a Gundam stand is because G1 Shockwave is very temperamental and likes to fall over. So basically, I've designed it just so he'll sit here. And now he's on a stand, so now he will not need to worry about... oh god, this is so friggin' professional, isn't it? He won't need to worry about falling over. Now you're gonna probably see me off to the side because this toy is huge and I can't get it into shot without having to scoot over. So yay, you get to see a different part of my room. Okay. Hi. Alright, so articulation. Shockwave has a bit of it. Take him off the stand here. He has a 3 rotating head. Now, the one thing I will say is that the head is on a screw. So when you rotate it this way, he tightens. As you can see, the head's falling apart. So rotating it one way will loosen it, one way will tighten it. Just be careful with that. But his head rotates 360. His elbow pivots 90 degrees. Or shoulder pivots 90 degrees and then 90 degrees. So he's got a total of 180 degrees of pivot. His elbow pivots 180 degrees and rotates 360 degrees on both sides. On very nice ratchet joints. I love these joints. Again, I wouldn't recommend doing it 360 on this just because of the hose, which is another piece that's really hard to find in good shape. I got lucky on this one. His hand rotates 360 degrees. His other hand does as well. His blaster does rotate, but again, be careful with that. I wouldn't recommend it. He has no waist articulation. His knee pivots. He has a 90-degree pivot at the thigh, or a 45-degree pivot at the thigh, 45-degree pivot at the knee. And his feet, while not having technical articulation, they can kind of unhinge, so he looks like, you know, I'm jumping into the air. You know, that's it. So for articulation, I'm going to give G1 Shockwave a 21 out of 25. And I'm just going to put him back on his stand. And yes, before you ask, I'll go over the stand possibly in another video. But for the time being, let's just focus on the toy on it. In terms of gimmick, I'm going to give G1 Shockwave a 19 out of 25. And before any of you ask, no, I'm not trying to say I hate this toy. No, I'm not trying to give it a good score because I love it. I'm trying to do my best to give it a good review. And gimmick is 19 because lights and sounds, awesome. He has the same thing. Make your jokes here, guys. Make your jokes here. Fuck. Since he's on the stand, he doesn't do it, but basically he does have a gun mode, or a gun arm. I'll put you there. There, that's better. He has the gun. He has the lights and sounds. Aside from that, he has the Decepticon rub symbol right here. Not sure if you'll be able to see it very well. Oh, hey, it's going to show up on camera. Nice. As you can see, the symbol is right there. You know, it's not a real transformer if it doesn't have a rub symbol. Transformers, more than meets the eye. Yeah, otherwise, that's it. That's kind of the problem this toy has. Fun factor-wise, he also scores a 19 because, 1, finding an original G1 like this is expensive. Now, this guy, I'm not sure if you can see it. I'll take him off the stand again and fold that down. As you can see, there's no battery cover. No battery cover, and this thing cost me $90. Now, again, I'm going by old prices. I'm going on prices online and of some prices I saw at TFCon. Some people were selling them for $50, but they weren't complete. I saw somebody selling one for $140 with the box and everything. I don't know. Personally, I feel I got a great deal at $90, especially for the hose being in good shape. So it all depends, but needless to say, if you're buying this thing for your kid, you don't want to be spending I don't think you want to spend $90 on this thing when you can spend like $15 on like this kind of toy, like Generations Warpath, who I dropped on the floor. Hooray! There are a lot of the second thing that I'm going to knock against Fun Factor is there are a lot of knockoffs of varying quality. If you would give me one tiny second, not to pick up Warpath. Preparation? What's that? As you can see, there's a G1, and here's a KO that I purchased. Now, I'm sure you can tell there's a slight color difference. That's because I painted this one. Not sure if you'll be able to see the real color, but this was a gray one. There was no lights and sounds. The trigger didn't work. You know, yes, I will granted, yes, it does still have the same articulation, but the toy itself did kind of break apart. And again, most people charge an arm and a leg for a real Shockwave. Again, I'm not going to knock it for that. Fine. However, I will say I'm not knocking too many points for the knockoff part because there are some KOs that are of exceptional quality. Again, this guy I paid maybe $20 for the gray one, but sometimes you find really good knockoffs of this guy for really good prices. So I'm knocking a few slight points off, not as many as I would have. The last thing, of course, is finding one of these things complete, as I said, can get expensive. The battery case. There was some guys at TFCon selling it for $30, $40. I know. So, I'm not going to spend $30 or $40 on a battery case when I wish I could have had something else. You know what I mean? And just because I'm awesome like that, I'm going to scoot you over. I'm going to scoot you over. I'm going to scoot you in. And, of course, you don't want to stand, do you, Shockwave? Come on. There. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. It's a cavalcade of awesome. So, yes, what is my final verdict on G1 Shockwave? This one. G1 Shockwave, I'm going to score a 79 out of 100. Yes, despite some of the low scores, he still gets a very respectable 7. He gets a very respectable score. G1 Shockwave, despite what I've said, despite all the things that I've said about him, is a great toy. He's a toy that I have literally climbed over myself trying to get. So if you ever get the chance to pick up this toy, do it. So until next time, this is Malwave with my custom knockoff G1 and Masterpiece Shockwave signing off. See you, everybody.